parallel lines will have the same slope. What is slope in our equations? What variable represents slope?
X.
We did y equals mx plus b, and we did y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is your slope, right? The m is your slope. So if m is slope, and I know my slope needs to be the same in order for lines to be parallel, then whatever number comes here has to be the same number in every line that's parallel to it, right? Or whatever number comes here has to be the same in every line that is parallel to that line. So here's what we're gonna do. Super short lesson, okay? The first thing we're gonna do, it says line 1 goes through these 2 points. Line 2 goes through these 2 points. Are they parallel? Okay, so here's what we do. We plot those points. So negative 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I actually love graphing.
Good.
I know.
Okay, so that's our first one. Negative 1, negative 4. So 1 to the left and 4 down. Shh, stop talking. You don't get to talk right now, remember? So you have this line. Okay, that's our first line. That's the one I did in orange. Now I'm going to do purple. So negative 1, 5. That would be this point right here. And then 2, negative 4. So 2 to the right and 4 down. That would be that one right there. And then we draw that line in. Ooh, that was not a straight line. Sorry. So the question is, are those two lines parallel? Do you remember how to find slope on a graph?
They're parallel
How do you know?
because they're not touching.
That doesn't mean they're parallel.
They're never gonna.
What if eventually they touch? How do you know they're never going to touch? We have to find the what?
Slope.
The slope. Okay, so here's the deal. On the orange line, when you find slope, you work from left to right. So my farther left point is this one. So we're going to start at the top, and we're going to count it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that a positive 7 or a negative 7?
Negative.
Negative, because we went down. Okay, then we always go to the right. 1, 2. So the slope of our orange line is negative 7 over 2. Check the purple line. What do you get?
Wait, what? How did you get negative? Is that?
We went down 7. This is 7.
Negative. Oh, 7. Okay,
Right?
sorry. I didn't see.
So
this
negative,
black line.
yeah, down 7 to the
I
right
thought it was
2.
1. I'm like, how did you?
No.
How?
It's a 7, sorry.
It's okay.
How did you get the purple one then? What do you get? Negative 9, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down. 1, 2, 3 to the right. So 9 down is a negative 9 over 3. Are those the same slope? No, why not?
Because they're just not.
They're not. This one you can't reduce, right? This one reduces to a negative 3. This is a negative 3.5. This is a negative 3. Those are not the same number. So are these lines parallel? No.
You were wrong. You know, look, I think I know that I'm wrong. I think I know that I'm incorrect.
Okay, we have a different slope.
I must be sent to the.
Well, different slopes, plural. Okay? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. This one. Oh, I'm going to change these numbers. Those fall way off the graph, and I don't want you to have to count by 2s. Okay, change.
The spoon. Look how you picked a new color.
I have.
I like it.
You bought it?
I did buy it. My brother-in-law bought it for me.
Okay, I'm going to give you new points.
Campaign.
Hey, shh, talk about it later. We're going to do 2, negative 3 with 0, 0. Okay, and then we're going to do 1, 5. With 3, 2. Okay, so plot those points. Plot those points, find their slopes, tell me if they're parallel. 2, -3, and 0, 0, 1, 5, and 3, 2.
Wait, but the lines like intersect, they go through each
Then they're not parallel.
other.
Do they really? 1, 5, 3. Oh, I think I meant to do 2, 3.
They still go through each other if it's 2, 3.
What did I mean to do? Hold please. Okay, let's graph the first one. 2, -3, 1, 2, 3 is here.
Oh, I was wrong.
0, 0
Yeah, you were
is
wrong.
here, right? So this is your orange line.
I think I got it. Is this what you want to get?
Let me
got
see.
this.
What did you
I
get?
got this.
How did I get this?
A non.
Let me see it again. You did -2, -3 instead of 2, -3.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, so that should be your orange line. Your purple line is 1, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should have been here.
They're parallel.
And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is here. So we get that line.
They still touch.
Okay.
Oh no, I went 3, 3.
Are they parallel?
Yes, they are.
Why?
Because they have the same.
What are their slopes?
3, 2.
Close.
-3.
-3 over 2, right? You're going down 3 over 2. So -3 over 2. Now check the orange one. Down 3 over 2. So that one's -3 over 2. So when you have the same slope, we would say these are parallel. Oops. Because they have the same slope. Okay? Does that make sense? So you're just finding the slope of the two lines. If they're the same, they're parallel. If they're not the same, they cannot be parallel. All right? Okay, these two, and then we're done. For these two questions, it says, what's the equation of the line parallel to that line that contains that point? Now, here's the thing. This form, do you remember what this form is called? Y equals mx plus b.
Slope intersect.
That is slope-intercept form, okay? Your answer is not going to be in slope-intercept form because we don't have a slope and an intercept. Think about what we have. If I want to be parallel to this equation, what am I looking at in that? Is it the slope or the y-intercept that matters to me? To be parallel. What do parallel lines have? The same slope, right? So in slope-intercept form, the only thing we care about is that number, is our m, okay? The rest of it, you ignore. We don't want any of the rest of it. Okay, so you pick out your slope, which is a -3, and then you put your answer into point slope form, right? Because we have a point and a slope. Do you remember what point slope form looks like? It's the one I showed you at the very beginning of class today. This guy. Okay, so you're going to be given an equation in slope-intercept form. We want to be parallel to it, so we need the same slope, and then we need the point that we went through. Okay, so here's the deal. You are going to replace this value, and that value. The x and y stay put. Okay, so if I'm going to put this into point slope form, I'm going to say y minus what? Yes, good job. This is your y1 value. Y minus 8 equals what? What's my m?
-3.
-3. And then it's x minus what?
1. So it's +1.
It's +1. It's x minus a -1. That becomes plus a positive. So you get this as your equation. So it's y minus 8 equals a -3 times x plus 1. The thing that we want to make sure of, I'm going to erase this real fast, is that whatever slope we had here is the same slope we have here. If your slopes are the same, your lines are parallel. Okay? Okay, look at the next equation. So we're going to put it into this form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Look at this equation. Tell someone sitting near you what the slope of that line is.
1. 1. It's 1.
Why is it 1?
Because when there's 1 is next to like a variable, you don't put it.
Right. So there's this invisible 1 right there, right? So your slope is 1, and your point, your x1, y1, is 2, -3. So here's what I want you to do. Here's your form. I want you to drop this and that into that form.
Done.
And then we'll be done.
And then we could do our world. And hurdle.
Yeah, I think that the world today is definitely scared.
Ooh. Or it could be mommy.
Oh, you know what? I think it's mommy.
It's for sure not. I did it this morning. I don't remember what it is, but I know it's not that.
It's mommy.
One of these days.
All right, so tell me,
If it's mommy, and
What's
we don't
your
get
equation?
movement, what happens? Is the world
is it y plus or y minus?
Just not two worlds.
Plus what?
3.
Y plus 3, right? It's y minus a -3. What's m? The 1 times x plus or minus? Minus. What's our number? 2. So Luke's going to get these.
I have that before.
I
did.
Okay, so that's your equation. Now here's the deal. Technically, you guys, if you wrote this, y plus 3 equals x minus 2, that's technically point slope form also because this 1 doesn't change anything. So if you gave me this, I would give it to you, but this is the one I would prefer just because then I know you're understanding the setup. Questions on any of that?